welcome back. I just want to say thank you so much for coming back. Got a thought for you, but first I need you to like and subscribe and share this video. I want to transform the world in the way that people think, and so from a faith-based perspective, and or better yet, from a biblical perspective, really. So what I need you to do is share this out the world. Partner with me, please partner with me to get this done, to accomplish this. But real quick, I want to talk to you about something. I want to talk about closed doors. There, in our lives, we face open and closed doors, and oftentimes we want nothing but open doors, and we expect open doors to just be right there to us. No matter what move it is that we're making, no matter what decision, we just want to see open doors. And open doors are not always a positive. Some doors were made to be closed. Some doors were made to be locked. And just because a door is closed doesn't mean the door is locked. Just because it closes doesn't mean it's closed forever. Sometimes there's an open door in your life, and that open door is letting in a draft, or it's letting in rodents, or it's letting in bugs. It's letting in things that do not fit your lifestyle. They're not conducive to your health or your happiness or your comfort. And so you have to examine the doors of your life. Where there are doors in our lives that operate to bring in specific things, and some doors are in our lives to keep certain things out. Now, there are certain people who are in our lives, and we've opened the door to their dysfunction being in our lives. There are certain entertainment and things that we partake of, and we've allowed that to allow something to enter into the door of our lives. But I want to tell you that oftentimes a closed door is a blessing. So many times doors are closed in our lives and we do not understand why. It's heart-wrenching, it's emotional, it's upsetting, it's just bothersome. But that closed door was probably a blessing for you. Not too long ago, I was let go from my job. This is probably about 2 years ago, and a lot of it was just, I wasn't happy. And then there was a lot of stuff that happened on the job that should have never happened. And I'm not one of those victim people to say, oh, I didn't do anything. I really didn't. It wasn't really, it was a lot of false accusation stuff in the HR stuff. And so I was angry, very hurt, very upset by this, lost my job. And then I was just bitter for a little bit. And I had applied for a promotion right before I was terminated. And I was praying like, God, what happened? Like, why did I not get promoted, and why did I get terminated? And months before, I was talking to my wife, and I said, I think it's time for me to leave this job. And I believe that God is telling me to leave. But I was making such good money that I'm like, there's no way God is telling me to leave. Like, the money's great, right? But then I get terminated, and I'm praying about it. God, what happened? God says, I told you to leave. And I'm like, oh man. Had I left in the proper timing, it would have been good. Then I prayed and was like, well, why didn't I get the promotion? And he said, had I got the job and got that promotion, it would have been harder to move me out into a new place or into the next level of ministry or whatever it was that I have going on in life. And so that closed door was the greatest opportunity of my life, because in that time when I was without a job, I did a lot of work outside of a 9-to-5 job. Launched this YouTube channel, launched other avenues of ministry, prepared multiple different businesses, did some business counseling, had a lot of speaking engagements, all kinds of stuff. Doors begin to open like crazy when that one door shut. All these multiple doors just begin to open for me. At that point, my prayer life was up and down. It was really wonky and crazy, but I had dedicated to 5 o'clock, 4:30, between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning to get up every single morning and pray. I dedicated to a 40-day fast. When I say 40-day fast, I mean 40 days, no food at all, just fruit juice and water. 40 days. Committed to that. And I saw this explosion in my life of faith, of ability, of gifting, of power, of intelligence. I just saw this huge transformation in my life. That time of unemployment was the greatest time of deployment. So every time that you see a closed door in your life, look at it not as a curse. Don't look at it as you're being abused or told no or shut down, but look at it as an opportunity. So I'm challenging you to sit down and look at your life, examine your life. There's maybe a job that you applied for, a class that you tried to get into. You might have tried to get your kids enrolled in a school or on a sports team, or maybe you tried out for a sport team, whatever it is. All of the closed doors in your life. I want you to get a pen and paper and write down the closed doors in your life. Think about how it could have turned out had you went through that door. Now, I know that had I stayed on that job, had I not been terminated, I would have, number one, been miserable. Number two, things were starting to spiral out of control. Multiple people were released from that company. The team that I was in charge of, the growth that we were experiencing, it was out the window. And so there's so many things that had happened after me losing that job, but there's something connected. There's a blessing on the other end of that door when it's closed. So I want you to understand that. I want you to really take a pen and paper, write down some notes and be like, these are the multiple doors that have closed in my life consistently. Didn't get the job, the divorce came, separation, whatever it is, the closed doors in your life. I want you to think about that because it's probably for your good and it's really for your benefit. Be grateful for those closed doors. Don't be bitter, don't be sad or angry, but really find a way to turn that into a way to deploy yourself and to be positive and to think positive. Because on the other side of every battle is a greater victory. I'm telling you this because I love you and failure is not an option. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below.